Okay, that's a mic. Well, hi, my friends. Hopefully we're live and doing good stuff right now. It looks like it. I could be wrong. I can't get the cam to work, but that's not the biggest deal. What the heck is going on here? Okay, my apologies. That's what's going on here, is that I switched screens. Okay. Learning curves I can has still. You know what? You do this for this many years and claim there's a learning curve. But I swear to God there is. So, hi, Madam Maledicta here with you. And we're here for the reboot of mesmARISE Monday. mesmARISE Monday was a show that I used to run on Eardrum Buzz Radio, that is. And every Monday I would play a couple hours of electronic music, usually new witch house, new wave, because I had heard, and it was true, that people who were making chill wave, witch house, and wave music were inspired by shoegaze. And Eardrum Buzz was a shoegaze station, so I thought, well, that would be good to connect those dots, right? And the station manager said, we don't have an electronic show. I'd like to have one. And I said, hey, that'd be cool. I'll help you do that. And there we have it, like, and I keep screwing this up. Man, I keep screwing up the background screen, but you can tell what I'm playing, at least. So what you're watching is an old public domain film right now, just in the background, so. It gives me a little bit of an edge here on what I'm doing. And no, I'm not looking at the chat, and the reason for that is because I docked the chat window so that it wouldn't distract me, but I will do that now. Anyway, so Eardrum Buzz is a shoegaze station still to this day, and like I said, I used to have a show on Eardrum Buzz that was an electronic show, and it was called mesmARISE Monday. And I don't know, around about 2022, I got overwhelmed with all the stuff that I was doing for the station and quit and started my own broadcast over on Mixcloud. And Mixcloud was wonderful for me. And it gave me a sense of how to do it myself and how to set up the streams myself. And thus here we are today with me on YouTube doing this. So, hi, Jules. Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I appreciate it. Okay, so without further ado, let's look into some music here. It'll be good, I promise. Okay, I can just, let's see if this works. Let's see. It's fun. Here we go. Let's see if it still works. All right. I am going to give you some information on the bands that I am playing today. Because the mix that I am playing is called the Jazz Continuum. And the Jazz Continuum is it's a weird thing. Can I just tell you, it's a weird thing. Basically what I did was I took a bunch of brand new wave songs and brand new witch house songs, and I mixed them with classic and both classic and obscure jazz. And it's like something you've never heard. I was afraid at first it would sound like trip hop. It does not sound like trip hop. It sounds like something entirely different. So our first song that we're going to hear here is Restless Mosaic. And the reason that you're hearing hesitation is because I'm like, I'm scrambling because I had to restart my computer to get it to work today. That's ugh, yeah, not happy. It's not happy with me. Uh, for some reason I can't get it to love sound. So it is what it is. Anyway, um, so I'm typing furiously to get my stuff to actually come up correctly. There we go. All right. That feels better. That feels a lot better. Okay. So the first song you're gonna hear feels better. That feels a lot better. Okay. So the first song you're gonna hear is an echo apparently. Sorry about that. All right. The first song you're gonna hear is called Song One is a Lie. Song One is a Lie by Restless Mosaic. And this song has other elements mixed into it. It's got some Paul Desmond, Taste of Honey. It's got some Django Reinhardt, a bass line that's in there. It's got a line from it's got a melody line from Guru from the song Lifesaver. Vocals of Bebe in there. It's a wonderful first song. I think you're gonna love it. And this it's song one because it's song one on the album. This is my good friend Brandon, who does Restless Mosaic and is just fantastic, a fantastic person doing fantastic music up in Seattle, and happy to put that on the mix. So that's song number one. Song number two is a song called If One Door Opens and Another Closes, Your House is Haunted. And it's a mix of, let's see, sorry, I'm stalling because like I have to get there. It's a, it's a mix of a band named Ritual Drops from Russia. Um, let's see if I can actually read that. I believe that's Oceania, but I could be wrong about that. My Cyrillic reading skills are not that great. But Ritual Drops made a beautiful, wonderful song, and I mixed Yoji Kuri's Manga from 1977 into this song to, I don't know, make it interesting. And it is, it's interesting. And then song number three in this set is a song by a group called Endless Gray. They're a wave group. They're wonderful. And to my knowledge, they're just putting out singles. They may have a Bandcamp, and if so, I will post those links for you. All of these will post links for you after the fact. Endless Gray, and I have taken the Endless Gray. Let's see, the name of this is Soundtrack of My Agony, the original song. I've taken it and kind of made it my own and taken pieces out of it. I've sampled it and sampled it with Ken Nordine. Do you know who Ken Nordine is? You may not. He's the voice of Parquet, if you're that old, and the voice of Sorry Charlie, the Sunkissed Tuna. And he had a couple Levi's commercials. He's a really iconic television and radio voice from the past. He did this thing. It's the best thing ever. It's called Colors. It was an ad campaign for Sherwin-Williams, and he put out a bunch of word jazz with these pieces about colors. Well, I have cut and pasted a bunch of pieces about colors into this song, and it is fantastic in my book because I love all of it, but I hope you like it too. And then number four, Glass Empress. Glass Empress mixed in with Portico Quartet, which is, like I said, obscura jazz. Really a lovely, lovely song called Knee Deep in the North Sea. And you don't often hear jazz with marimbas. It's fantastic. I don't know, you're gonna love it. Yeah, and the artists on Glass Empress who formed part of the skeleton of this song are Kubo and Wythe. And they're two really awesome, really amazing wave artists. Both have band camps. So I will post that information for you on Blue Sky. And you can check it out. And then last song in this first set is called In the End, It's the Moments We Lose. And this is a blend of Ulver from their album Perdition City. It's a really iconic song named Lost in Moments. And I remember the first time I heard it and was blown away by the fact that Ulver is a black metal band doing jazz and trip hop type stuff. I don't even know that it has a genre to this day. It just sounds like neo-noir music. And it's fantastic. Ulver is wonderful. And unfortunately, the composer of this song, Thor Lundvall, died this year. Too early. In his mid-50s. And it's a great loss to the music world, honestly. If you love Ulver, you'll know this. You'll hear it and be like, wow, I know that song. And I mixed that with work by an artist named Hiatu from Poland. I love Hiatu's music. It's infectious, it's groovy, it's funky, it's wavy, it's witch housey. Like nothing that Hiatu does is at all something that anybody could think is uncool. It's just the coolest music. And then I blended all of that with a song by Skin Shape from England, who are like a funk jazz band. And it's a song called We Lose off of the album Philoxeny. And if you ever get a chance, just buy Philoxeny. Like, it's just good all the way through. Everyone I ever recommend it to is like, oh my God, that album. It's really good. So, Lost in Moments by Ulver with Hiatu and with Skin Shape on that fourth track. And I've cut and pasted into my own creation called In the End, It's the Moments We Lose. All right. Ready for this first set? Ready to get blown away? Okay. Let's do this. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Here we go. Well,
becomes infectious into your senses.
Song 2's truth, Song 1's lie.
15 years old and I feel it's already too late to live. Don't you?
Yeah. Little black sheep. Take a close look. Yeah, but much closer than that. Take a real close look. You begin to see why. There's much more than can ever meet the eye. Like, look over there. There. You see that? Sure looks pure, but it isn't. Not at all. Sorry. Just doesn't quite measure up. Falls short. Absolutely pure as a dreamless sleep is. It's just a dream of a dream. Even now. If you close your eyes tight and let your brain go to absolutely perfect gray, you'll see, you'll know. As imagined by you, imagined by me, as a dreamless sleep is. It's just a little bit off, just a little bit off, as a midnight is, as a little black sheep is. One in every family, but absolutely perfect. But know how far out to get. Always know just what to say. Because they're so close to absolutely perfect as a little black sheep is. One in every family.
I'm 15 years old and I feel it's already too late to live. Don't you?
Yeah. You see that? Take a close look. Yeah, but much closer than that. Take a real close look. You begin to see why. There's much more than can ever meet the eye. Like, look over there. There. You see that? Sure looks pure, but it isn't. Not at all. Sorry. Just doesn't quite measure up. Falls short. Absolutely pure as a dreamless sleep is. It's just a dream of a dream, even now. If you close your eyes tight and let your brain go to absolutely perfect gray, you'll see, you'll know.
Well, there you have it. Set 1. And this last song that is playing is, in the end, it's The Moments We Lose. My original mix of Hayatu, which you heard there at the end, and Ulver, which you heard throughout, but may not have recognized all the way through, and Skin Shapes We Lose. And I was particularly proud of that one. It sort of does feel like walking in some hallways between different music rooms. And that's kind of what I like about it. I kind of like the fact that it feels a little bit like sailing down a bumpy country road in a stolen car, not knowing exactly where you're going to end up. And that was the whole point. If you're listening to this and you're like, wow, that is chaotic, good. Because it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be measured chaos. Because it's supposed to feel like the conundrum of daily living in today's present society. As messed up as it is, no matter where you are in the world, but especially if you're in America, things are going down really fast up in here. So we are, as people, scared shitless, and watching the apocalypse, post-apocalyptic, post-capitalist America just sort of alight on us. This has already happened in like the Balkan states and things like that. They already know this drill, like what happens when your society and your economy collapses. But we don't know anything about it, and we're about to find out. So it's a rough time here in America. It really is. And a lot of this mix highlights that. So, but I digress, because this next set is all, oh, how shall I say it? It's wave, it's witch house, it's dark wave, it's super dark, but it's all about, in the end, it's about love. Promise. It may be dark, but it's about love. Love that always wins, my friends, always wins. I'm gonna go back to the play on this video. It's Electronics at Work, 1943. I've got a whole bunch of awesome public domain movies on a reel that I often play during my show, and this is one of my favorites because it's, yeah, awesome science stuff and really cool visuals. So that's what's playing right now in the background, in case you wanted to know. Electronics at Work from 1943. All right, up next in this set, here's what you're going to hear. Let's see. So, the second set starts with a song I like to call Supreme Blue. What a song this is. What a great song. I'm proud of it. This is a mix of, well, if I could just pull this up here. That'd be good. You know what? There's always this. That's not the video that we need here. That's not the one. That's not the one. That's also not the one. Not the one. Well, there's a whole lot of not the one. Here we go. All right, there we go. See the full queue of movies there. All right. My apologies. I'm trying to read my own meta tags, and it's nigh on impossible in the window that I'm working in to do that, which really sucks. So I have to pull open another window with my tags in it so I can actually read you the information that you're supposed to be hearing, because all of this is really meant for one reason, and that's to discover new music. Not just the stuff I make, but not just the stuff on this mix, but the bands behind this. The bands behind all of these songs, the skeletons and bones of these songs, are fantastic. And I encourage you to do so. And every Monday, mesmARISE Monday will come on the air. Not with a new mix necessarily, but with the newest wave witch house electronic, etc. music. And then maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, you'll get a new mix. And yeah, so if you come and hang out here with me, then you'll know what's new and what's coming up. All right, so this song, now that I've got my meta tags up, nice. The bones of this song are a song by a wave artist by the name of Atoll called Adenosine, mixed with cut and pasted, sort of altered time, tempo, key-wise, every-wise John Coltrane from A Love Supreme to The Resolution, which is, I don't know if you love John Coltrane as much as I do, but I love John Coltrane. And that is my favorite piece of Coltrane music other than Blue Train. Those two are my favorites for sure. It's probably the same with most jazz fans, I think. And yeah, I'm a jazz fan. I'm doing this not just as a person who loves and knows new electronic music, but as a person who knows and loves old and new jazz, which is fantastic. And Mariam, if you're watching, hey, are those things that were on the screen? Are those your friends? Just saying. Okay. I had a talk with dear Mariam. She's my wonderful daughter who was saying, well, at least if you have dysentery, you've got friends. Which is an absurd thing to say, and I love it. She's funny. She's very funny. Anyway, I'm digressing. All right, next song in the list. Song number 2 in Mix 2 is a song called The Angel Spectrum. And The Angel Spectrum is made up of clips from the following songs: Monochrome by It's Lucid and Spiral. And this was released on SoundCloud a few weeks ago and on YouTube by the Wave Collective, The Games We Play. Both It's Lucid and Spiral are fantastic wave bands, and together they made a really stellar track that I feel like I made more stellar actually with some Alice Coltrane. Yeah, I blended some Alice Coltrane into it. Alice Coltrane featuring Pharoah Sanders. Journey into such. Let me see if I can say this. Sachidananda. Check me out. Pronouncing. And Moondog's in there, incidentally. So, very cool. The Angel Spectrum. And that is, let's see, song 2 on the mix. Go straight into a song I call Blue Flowers, which is made out of the song Fleur de Mal by Julia Bondar and Fragrance. I like Julia's original version, but I really like the Fragrance remix. I took the Fragrance remix and then remixed it more by throwing in some cut and paste pieces from At Last by Etta James. Yeah, get ready for that one. Dark wave plus pop jazz, pop classic jazz. You know, when you go to the orchestra and you go hear the Pops, they play that song. They play At Last without Etta James singing it, and then you're sad, right? Am I right? I'm right. At least I was. Anyway, yeah, it's a pop classic. In the orchestral sense, pop classic. Yeah. Etta James, At Last, in the middle of Fleur de Mal, called Blue Flowers. Then, oh boy, am I proud of this one. This is a song called Mega Loner by Circuit de Dieu. And it's remixed with Almost Blue by Chet Baker, but I didn't take their own saxophone piece out of this to make this. I left it in there and mixed it in, and it's fantastic, and you'll love it. It's so dark, so good. Then the last song in the 5-set mix, the Blue Rose Lament. And the Blue Rose Lament is made from portions of the following songs. Something called Libertango for harp and saxophone by jazz classical composer, Astor Piazzolla. Piazzolla, I think, because that's two Z's. Piazzolla. Yeah. And then the bones and drums of this song come from a song called Quiet Bloom by Hadis and Reverell. And Hadis and Reverell were published also on the games we played. This is a collective I love. If you love new electronic music, do look into the games we play. I swear I'm never going to stop loving that collective. They just post the best stuff. So, get ready. This is a mix about love, dark love, dark, delicious love. It's going to be fun. Here we go. You ready? Let's do this.
At last, my love has come along. It's strange, your breath, your scent, my strong. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, yeah, at last the stars above the blue. Cherished God of which your bones very rich, crush peace, and you freeze the most. I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. Oh yeah, yeah, you smile, you smile. Oh, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last. I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. Oh yeah, yeah, you smile, you smile. Oh, and then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last.
Well, that's crap. Oh, man, I really gotta get this Stream Deck working so that I can just push buttons. Sorry about that, my friends. The last piece you were hearing was me missing my cue, and the next song in the next set. So, Measured Chaos, get ready. And the next set is super indicative of what's going on in the United States here these days, and uh, scary as hell. And the video you're seeing in the background here is The Romance of the Skies. And the reason I chose this as a background video, hit me up in the chat. Okay, sorry about that. My OBS was disconnecting for no good reason. Anyway, to go back to the previous story, I have this lifelong friend. Her name is Gina, and we've been friends since we were in 5th grade. And I sent her the mix to begin with, and she said, you know, it seriously sounds a lot like like an orgy rave at a planetarium. And I thought that was pretty great. So I decided to grab this silent film in honor of that. So that's where this is coming from. And that's playing in the background while I'm talking because I seem to be having a bunch of cam problems where my cam just comes up black. I'll fix it. It'll get better. But you know, broadcasting it'll always throw you a loop. Almost every day that you do it, talk to anybody who's ever broadcast anything on any channel anywhere, and they'll tell you that the unexpected is expected. So that's where I'm at with all of it. All right, so gonna go back to talking about the music now. Like I said, that last song you heard was the Blue Rose Lament, and the last song of that set. And the next set is a lot about the life climate, the political climate in the US right now. So if you're anywhere else, maybe it'll highlight how scared we all are. But the first song in the set is called Falling for Anything. That's how I called it. It's purely a Maledicta creation. Yeah, I took, let's see. I'm just going to click on it and just make sure I'm not missing anything here. But I took clips from, let's see. Sorry, missing my cues here. A song by Blazing called Chronos. Mostly the drumline and a little bit of the melody line. And then Blue Rondo a la Turque by the Dave Brubeck Quartet. And the reason that's in there is it's meant to evoke the investor panic as the markets immediately dove straight into the toilet upon the news of imposed tariffs happening in 2025. So the jazz song in there by Dave Brubeck, Rondo a la Turque, is the same song they use on the morning financial news on NPR. So it's meant to give you that feeling of I'm up in the morning and I'm hearing bad news and it's freaking me out and I'm about to sell all my socks. So that's the whole point of this song. And then there's an unknown news clip in there. I couldn't get the source on it. I just got the audio. But it was actually a news clip from Canada about US tariffs about to hit Canadian markets, which is crappy for Canada. Man, I don't know why we've done this, but digressing. All right, and then the next song in the set is a song that I pretty much by hand just put together. It's called the Route 88 Mirage. It's made out of a bunch of songs, but really, I don't know, I'm really proud of this one. It's very cool. So I used a song, clips from a song by Polly is Lucid. By Polly is Lucid, the track is called Mimas. And then I used the spoken word track out of a song by Lord Huron with Kristen Stewart. And I believe this is actually from a movie. I'm not really sure which one. But it's a monologue about a road trip gone wrong. But I cut and pasted it together until it was something completely different. And I think you'll enjoy it. Portions of the monologue are Kristen Stewart's voice. And there's portions of a demo of a saxophone mouthpiece that the musician who put the video up named Rosie, and he's on bass sax. And most of it, honestly, like when you look through the video itself, was mostly non-musical because it wasn't meant to be music. It was meant to be a demonstration of this mouthpiece, but I found pieces of it to make into music and did. And it's, I don't know, I think you're going to think it's cool. I hope you do. And then the next song in the set is a song I call Foretold. You know, this is originally like the melody track on it is a song called Tihi by, I'm going to say this wrong. I know I am. MMCL1. But I can't remember what that is in Roman numerals. Is that 2051? I think so. I could be wrong. Oh, I could be wrong. 2151? Yeah, maybe that's it. 2151. You know what? It's been a while since college. Forgive me. And then I've got samples of Winter in America by the one and only Gil Scott-Heron. It's truncated, cut, and pasted by me to give the right kind of feeling. I think you'll enjoy that one. And then, after that, an original song by my own dear friend Scott Kremen, who is in a project by the name of Milestar. And he is the composer behind the entire melody line here, and I remixed his song, Again We Must Endure. And if I may say so myself, this is one of my proudest moments on this mix, right here. I planned, this is not a final cut. So this is actually, this is a demo of mine and Scott's. We are planning to release this actually. But I'm going to redo the vocals on it myself. The vocals that you're hearing are Teresa Sanguillo of Madre Deus, who originally sang this as a fado, which is a Portuguese folk song. And I took the vocals of this Portuguese folk song and put them with Again We Must Endure. The original song is called Confisseo by Madre Deus off of the album Existir. And then I took a church piece from a liturgy from the Prayer of St. Gregory. It's an instrumental piece for, I believe it was Chennai, tenor sax, soprano sax, and pipe organ, and blended that in there as well. Oh, and French horn. That's right, French horn. And that's from the live recording of Festival International de Organo Zumai Fleisch. And it's dedicated to all of those right now who are being unjustly imprisoned by the US government because they dared to immigrate. And so when Scott and I re-release it, because the entire EP is a lamentation on what happens when you elect a maniac and that maniac runs your country into the ground. It's a total lamentation on that and the depression and anxiety that causes and the kind of, oh my God, this used to be my America. What happened that causes? It's a sadness that we all feel. Wow, those boxing cats. Dude, and that twerking pig. Okay, I'm not looking at the screen anymore. I'm getting off track. Anyway, Confiseo mixed with Again We Must Endure. I am going to translate this into probably Spanish and re-record it. I may leave it in Portuguese because it's easier to sing that way, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And re-sing it myself because my understanding is that this is, yes, a folk song, but that we're only allowed to use it non-monetized, which this show is always non-monetized. It's meant to highlight the songs of artists who have captured my imagination and who I believe you need to hear. And it's not meant to bring anybody a profit. So we're allowed to use it for that reason. But the original recording is on Arista, which is a Warner Brothers thing. So to re-release it, we're going to have to re-record it. And I plan to re-record it in the Fado style, only translated into Spanish. So just so you know, it's a demo. So next song in the set is the last song. That's March to the Heavens. And this was a song that I found through the artist Bad Acid Cult on Blue Sky. Bad Acid Cult was on Blue Sky asking, hey, well, does anybody want to remix anything? Here's an album. And I went through and found, hey, this is a song I'd like to remix. So I took it, and it's not exactly a remix. I kind of took the bones of this song and put lots and lots of different stuff in it. So this is from their album, The Journey Outward, the original song, the original bones of the song. And then I used pieces of mesmARISE, A Ride Through the Mountains, from the album Once Upon a Time, in making the melody line of this, because I handcrafted it in Audacity. And then I took portions of the speech, "We're Living in Unprecedented Times," by Senator Bernie Sanders, as the speech that's main in this song. Bernie Sanders, Democratic senator from Vermont. And then a poem written by Pastor Martin Niemeyer in 1934 in the Dachau death camp in Germany. Yeah, so it's dark, if you will. It's very dark. Because it means to be. It means to say, hey, everybody wake up and look at what's going on and take action and stand up and don't let this happen to your country. So, all right, let's start with Falling for Anything. Let's end with March to the Heavens. I'll come back on after the mix and let you know what's going on my show tomorrow, because as you know, it's a daily show. So I do have a show tomorrow, and it's fantastic, and you should be here for it if you like metal. That's right. That's your preview. All right, let's do this. Let's start with Falling for Anything. And most of these are basically Madame Maledicta creations, so enjoy.
Ghost towns, painted deserts, hammer sands, neon temples, canyons carved by glacial rivers, craters gouged by giant hunks of rock flung from who knows where. Strange words repeating in my head. Strange words repeating in my head. Strange words repeating in my head. Above me shone a terrifying number of stars, spelling out the cold indifference of the universe. I saw a huge storm far off on the horizon, dark and crawling with lightning. Just looking at that churning mass, set in all that immense emptiness, made me feel something I'd never felt before. Something between awestruck and horrified. I found a solace on the radio. Strange words repeating in my head. 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 Just looking at that churning mass, set in all that immense emptiness, made me feel something I'd never felt before. Something between awestruck and horrified. Something between awestruck and horrified.
From the Indians who welcome the pilgrims, and to the buffaloes who once ruled the plain, like the vultures circling in America. And all of the healers have been killed or betrayed. Yeah, but people know it's winter. Lord knows it's winter in America. And ain't nobody fighting 'cause nobody knows what to say to save your soul.
Encanto chora que o teu tormento nem terminou. Chora que enquanto choras não vês de perto o teu penar. Trago o segredo no meu peito e a toda hora só recordo que te dei. Leva tudo de mim.
stand up and fight back. We can do it. Let's all go together. We've got to stand up and fight back. We can do it. Let's all go together. We've got to be on the offense. Please never forget that the agenda that we are fighting for is widely supported by working families all across this country, and we must continue to fight for that agenda. The American people do not want cuts to Medicaid and the privatization of Medicare. They understand that healthcare is a human right, not a privilege. We must continue the struggle from Medicare for all so that every American has the healthcare that he or she needs. That's not a viable idea. That's what Americans want. I will turn away for $7.25 an hour in a starvation wage. We must raise that minimum wage to a living wage at least $17 an hour. We can work 40 hours a week in America. We should not be living in poverty. All over this country, we have a major housing crisis, and it's not just 800,000 who are homeless. It is millions of working families who are spending 40, 50, 60% of their limited incomes on housing. And instead of spending almost $1 trillion a year on a wasteful, bloated, Pentagon budget, we're cutting them billions of years of low income and affordable housing. And when we do that, we put large numbers of people to work at good paying union jobs. I could go on and on, but let me conclude by saying this. The United States is the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. If we stand together and oppose right-wing efforts to divide us up by our race, by our religion, our sexual orientation, or where we were born, if we stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish.
In Germany, they came first for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me, and by that time, nobody was left to speak up.
We've got to stand up and fight back. We can do it. Let's all go together. We've got to stand up and fight back. We can do it. Let's all go together.
Well, what do you think? There's the whole mix. That last one, combined with this video called About Fallout from 1963. Chilling as hell with that. Like, I didn't realize how chilling that would be, but here we are. And let's see. So I'll go to some some people dancing just to as my background, just to pick things up a little bit so that we can end on at least a happy note. So tomorrow, Maledicta Radio will be on, and it will be a show that my daughter so wonderfully named Maximinus Thrash. Do you know who Maximinus Thrash was? He was a conqueror and a Roman, and he was a giant among men. Apparently he was like 7'5" or something like that. Stood head and shoulders above his soldiers. Was quote unquote a barbarian. So he was from the German tribes that had taken over Rome and had done tons of stuff to help Rome march into victory, and was formidable, very formidable. So
named after the ruler, but just a cool name if you think about it. His name was actually Maximinus Thrax, but my daughter said, it's just really cool if you have a show that's very metal to call it Maximinus Thrash. It's just a really cool name. It really is just a cool name. Do this. So first I'm gonna highlight some awesome stuff by my friend's band Gossip. Band local here to Portland. They are heavy as hell, and they're so good. Then let's see, I've got other bands on this list that I'm gonna read off to you. Yeah, and let's see, I've got new stuff by Shed from the Body, which is a female-fronted doom band. Oh my God, they're so good. Black Moon Mother. This actually came out about 8 months ago. So good. Gutter Blood from Scotland. These are some fantastic friends in the doom scene from Scotland who sent me this song in December of 2023 actually, and said, hey, can you help us publicize it? And I said, whenever my show comes back on, the answer is yes, because it's a great song. New track by Alceste, played live, called Amethyst. And new tracks by new doom bands that have never been on my list before. Basically, I'm catching up with lots of stuff that I haven't had on the show in a couple years because I stopped doing my doom show about 2 years ago. But I keep making the lists, so might as well. All right, so we've got a band called Skogskult from, I believe they're from Norway. A band called Die So Fluid. And I wish that my mic was working because I'm wearing the shirt of the show I saw them play at. They opened for a band called the March Violets, who I have loved, for a long, long time. And I finally got to see them, actually, in the US. They're a band from the UK. And started out on the Sisters of Mercy label, Merciful Release, back in the early 80s. And I got them to sign my very early 80s vinyl. It's not even, it's so thin, it's not advisable to play it because it's a flexi disc. It's fantastic. And they signed my $1 zillion bill, and I saw the band Die So Fluid with them and was immediately taken with their fantastic doom sound. So you gotta hear this, Die So Fluid. And then a band called Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, which, what a name. And their stop motion animation videos are a thing of beauty. So fantastic. So on the shows where I'm highlighting new bands, you're going to see the videos if I can find them. So that's also something to watch for on my shows, is that I do actually put my comments in the playlist so that you can go and view the whole playlist as you're playing the playlist. It goes in time. I schedule these live, what shall we call it, commentaries to take place in the playlist. And then as soon as that's done, it'll go to the next song. And so you can actually listen live, and the bands get all of the credit and all of the monetization still. So I think this is a cool idea. It has been kind of hit or miss because I was doing it from my phone because my computer got taken down in a 0-day attack and 0-click attack or whatever. And that was this summer, and it's been touch and go, but I think I've got it now. So, premiere of that tomorrow. You're going to hear new tracks by Turtle Skull, Adam Bostock, Iris, who I am deeply fond of. They are, what do you want to call it? Dark doom gaze. And that's awesome. Got a track by a band called Kafka from France. That is the most brutal thing you are going to hear out of France. Well, if you're not usually used to brutal French music, but it'll be the most brutal thing you've heard out of France, at least in a week, playing tomorrow. So, fun stuff. Maximinus Thrax. No, Maximinus Thrash. Not Thrax. Thrash. on Maledicta Radio tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. So be here. And then hopefully I will have the mic fixed and not be trying to use my iPhone lav mic to do broadcasting work, because from what I understand, it sounds pretty tinny. So my apologies on that, but thanks for bearing with me. All right, friends. You got it. Maledicta Radio, thanks for being here for the premiere of Jazz Continuum. As for this, I will have this mix in its entirety without the commentary up on YouTube hopefully today, but if not today, this week. And we'll have each of the individual videos for each of these songs up within the month. So I plan to post them to my channel across the month, as the crow flies, as they would say. Anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate all of you. And be here tomorrow if you like Doom. If you like shoegaze, be here Wednesday. Shoegaze Wednesday continues as it has continued since 2007 and hopefully never quits. So, Shoegaze Wednesday on Wednesday. Thursday, I've got a new show called Synth Horror. If you know me, you get the inside joke. And if you don't, you'll get the inside joke eventually, maybe. If you worm your way on into the whorehouse over here. So Synth Horror on Thursday. And Friday, I've got a brand new goth show coming at you. Oh, and it's going to be so good and so dark. So I have not decided what I'm naming that goth show yet. So if you have suggestions, please mail them to me. And you can do that by hitting up my email address at my email address at mesmARISE@mesmARISE.com. That's MEMEMALEDICTA at MEMEMALCT. Sorry, I'm screwed up. MEMEMALEDICTA. I say it so many times. .com. Madame Maledicta at madamemaledicta.com. And until tomorrow, I bid you a fond adieu, and thanks for listening today.